So today is the day I'll finally be able to unlock the Agera RS. So usually what I do is I purchase 2 blueprints with Clash coins, and I purchase 3 blueprints with Clash tokens every week. So every week I'm buying 5 blueprints for Agera RS. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to purchase 5 blueprints only every week for around 60 weeks. So Agera RS requires 300 blueprints to max, and if you purchase 5 blueprints every week, then it will take you 60 weeks to max this car. And I started buying the blueprints last year December, and I figured most probably by March of next year I'll be able to max it. So if I purchase 5 blueprints now, I'll be left with 215 blueprints to max, and purchasing 5 blueprints every week means it will take 43 weeks from today to max this car, unless they nerf the Clash rewards, or they introduce some high-end cars which are better than Agera. Then I might deviate from my goal, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, because Agera itself is a high-end car comparable to Tuatara and Jesco, right? So it's just that I know it's a long time. You just need to have that much of patience. But think about it, right? We wait for 1 year or even more than that to collect tokens and spend it on burst of speed packs, right? So there also we are waiting for 1 year or more, correct? So I think this is fine. This strategy is fine, unless you are focusing on some other car and you haven't started collecting blueprints for Agera RS. For me, see, it's been like 3 months, approximately 3 to 4 months. I am purchasing 5 blueprints of Agera RS every week, and I haven't been short of Clash coins or Clash tokens. So that's what I meant to say, that if they nerf the rewards, then I might, take it. It might take a little bit more longer for me to unlock. But if they keep these rewards, and if we get the Clash coins and Clash tokens every 15 days, depending upon the Clash season and different Clash rounds, I think by end of March next year, which is like 11 months from now, I'll be able to max it. So that's my strategy for Clash store. Let me know what your strategy is and which car you are focusing on, and how are you managing Clash coins, Clash tokens, and what blueprints are you purchasing. So here I'll just unlock it. Let me take a screenshot. So that's car number 184 in my garage. So I'll just, I don't buy blueprints anymore, although you can buy 5 more. Else I'll be, out of Clash points and tokens very soon. Now, because it is 1 star, and I have wildcards for 1 star S-Class car, which I have not spent ever. So here you can see I have reached the limit, and this is like probably a few months ago itself I reached this limit. So every time they get converted to trade points. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend all the wildcards also and get 10 more blueprints. So that saves me like 2 weeks of effort. So most probably by mid of March now, I can max Agera RS. Also in the middle of it, if I get more 1 star S-Class wildcards, that will reduce the duration even more. Talking about other cars in the Clash store, I have only purchased the blueprints for electric car, and I maxed it last year because it is one of the D class kings, very useful for weekly competition, as well as in Club Clash. Sometimes there are short tracks, right? Like it's a twister on US Midwest, where this car is very useful. So initially I spent all my Clash currency on maxing electric car. Then these four cars, Ferrari F40, Apollo N, 918 Spider and Yesco. All are max. In fact, these three are golden. So the only two cars which are left for me to focus on is 650S and Agera RS. 650S is A-class car. So see, my goal has always been multiplayer most of the times. If I start purchasing 650S blueprints, maximum where will it get me in multiplayer? It will get me to Legend League, and I can already reach Legend League with the cars I have. So for 650S, right now I don't really care much about this car. My goal has always been to reach top of the leaderboards and top ratings in multiplayer. So instead of 650S, it makes more sense for me to just focus on Agera RS. If you are a car collector and if you think that this 650S or some other car which you don't have from this shop might be useful for some of the events and might be a required car, and if you are a car collector, as I said, you can go for other cars. But if your goal is like multiplayer and if you want to reach top of the ratings, right, always focus on high-end S-class cars. If you don't have Yesco, focus on that. If you don't have Agera, focus on that. So that's the thing which I am following, and you can follow the same if you want to focus on multiplayer. Else you can make your own strategy, like depending upon your goal. But all I'm trying to say is just stay intact, stay focused on your goal. Don't get deviated by your goal from your goal by looking at other players that he or she has purchased blueprints for some other car. Let me also follow him and go for it. Don't do that. Just focus on your goal and according to that purchase all the blueprints. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys. Thanks all for watching. Take care, bye bye, and see you in the next video.